In this video I'm going to show how to add an image beneath text, like a background image. So we start off by making sure we've got our image into the drawable folder, which I showed in the previous video. I've called my new image that I'm going to use background.jpg. And so we start off by looking at the layout for the page that we want to add it to. I'm going to add it to the About page, which is currently empty. So I'm going to add three things, and I'm going to add the background last just to show you how you can change it from sitting on top of things to sitting underneath where it should be. So we'll add our heading first. So I'm going to slide on a text view and type in the heading. Hit enter to see that refresh, and then to make this bigger you can view all properties, go down to text size, which is near the bottom, and don't click on the three dots or the spanner, just click where it says dimension/text, and you'll get an arrow, a pull down menu of sizes, so you can make it bigger, and there's larger sizes than that if you use this scroll bar. Okay, so 24 SP is fine. So at the moment that's in grey. I'm going to add a button. I'm going to add it to the bottom left corner again. The button text is going to say home, so this button, once I make it active, will send us back to the home page. Enter to make that refresh. Okay, so I've added a text view and a button. Now I'm going to put a background image on next. So like we did in the previous video, you go down to Images and Media and slide on an image view. I'm going to make it go to the top corner because I want it to fill and then choose the image, click OK. Now at the moment it's maintaining its original width and height dimensions, but I want it to fill the screen, so I'm going to make the width and height, first of all I'm going to make them match the parent, so I'm going to make them the width as wide as the container that's holding it, and same with the height. You can see the parent's actually got a bit of padding around it, but we'll get rid of that soon. And then to make the image fit, we go to Scale. So if you go to Scale Type Fit XY, it will make it fit the full size of the box that it's now in, the full image view box, like that. So you can see that the button has remained on top, but the text view, the header, is now hidden by the image. So what we can do is change the order of these. So when it displays the page, it's making the text view first, then the button, and then the image view last, which sits on top of text views. The buttons seem to know that they need to be on top, but if you want the text view to appear above the image, you can just push the image back to the first thing that loads. So if you grab it and drag it up above the text view, now it's underneath the writing and you can see the heading again. And that heading's a bit hard to read in grey, so I'm going to make it white. So if we click on either here on the screen or on the text view here, we can change the text colour. So if you go to T for text colour and you click here, if you start typing in white, it comes up with some options and you can just choose Android colour white and hit enter to refresh. There we go. Now if you wanted to place that in the center of the screen you could. I'm not going to because it's going to fade out against this background being light on the right here. And now I'll show you how to get rid of the space around the edge here. So it's matching the parent, so we don't need to change anything with the background image. We actually need to change the size of the parent. So that's the relative layout size. So if we go to the text view, the relative layout actually has padding, 16 dot points of padding on all edges. So if we delete all those, or you could change them to 0, it gets rid of the padding around the edges, and just by deleting it you can see it's already got rid of all that white space. Okay. Now what has happened then is that the text view is now hard up against the side of the screen, which is a bit ugly, and so is the button. So we can add padding to these elements instead. So we can go back to design view. It's pretty easy to do it there. Click on your text view, go up to the top where padding is, open it up, and we want to add padding probably on all sides. So this one here, let's add our 16 dot points there instead of in the parent. Okay, and enter to refresh. And the button, now the button, if we add padding, I think we'll make the button bigger, so we might need to change it to layout margin for the button. So let's do layout margin, maybe 10 dp. There we go. So it's just shifted it away from that bottom corner. So you can see buttons already have a little bit of space in them anyway, which is why I use 10 instead of 16. Okay, so that's pretty good. That home button isn't active yet. I have to put the code behind it like we did in the second video. Okay, that's all for this one. Bye.